What if you woke up as a newborn T-Rex in the modern African savanna? Could you actually conquer this turf? You just busted out of your shell, still covered in sticky egg goo and soft fuzz. A wall of heat hits you so hard you can't breathe. The air is bone dry and scorching. Inhaling feels like swallowing fire. You're violently coughing, your eyes and nose are burning. The humid, tropical, spa-like vibe of the prehistoric era is completely gone. You are totally out of your element. You try to push yourself up with your front legs. Joke's on you, those famously pathetic, tiny T-Rex arms can't hold your weight. You awkwardly flail around and faceplant hard into the boiling dirt. Looking down at your fluffy, chick-like body, your stomach drops. You're a literal T-Rex. You belong in a museum, not on a modern savanna. Before you can even process this massive glitch in the matrix, a long, dark shadow drops over you. A black-backed jackal tracked the bloody scent of your eggshell. To him, a newborn is the ultimate free lunch. You panic, tumbling and scrambling down the hill. The jackal is right on your heels. He lunges, and his razor-sharp teeth slash a bone-deep gash right across your tail. Running on pure adrenaline, you dive headfirst into a thicket of acacia thorns. The spikes shred your fluffy coat into a bloody mess, but they do the trick. The jackal hates the thorns, paces around a few times, and finally leaves pissed off. You barely have time to exhale before your tail feels like it's on fire again. Army ants. They've swarmed up the grass and covered your tail, injecting venom that makes your skin scream in agonizing pain. Biting down on the torture, you drag yourself to a nearby mud puddle, burying your tail deep in the muck to suffocate the swarm. You finally collapse in the dirt, gasping for air. Day 1 on Earth. You don't even know how to walk properly yet, and you've already taken 3 critical hits. Over time, the scabs on your legs tear and heal over and over. That embarrassing baby fuzz finally sheds. You can finally run without tumbling, and you've managed to hit a whopping 3 feet long. You try playing solo hunter, but modern hares and antelopes are way too fast. You whiff 9 out of 10 lunges. Starvation makes your vision blur constantly. To make things worse, a mini drought hits. The waterholes dry up, the small prey bounces to greener pastures, and you can't even find a scrap of roadkill. You survive entirely on hardcore biological instincts. You dig deep along plant roots just to suck moisture from the dirt. You flex that insane T-Rex radar, a sense of smell that can detect a rotting carcass from miles away to track down leftovers from other predators. You crush thick bones just to slurp the marrow. Your ultimate trump card? Your built-in, insanely powerful stomach acid that completely nukes the bacteria in rotting meat. This is the superpower hardwired into your bloodline that keeps you breathing. Chewing on scraps and swallowing muddy water, you aggressively grind your way through this brutal, day-to-day wilderness survival. Until finally, the endless dry season breaks. Torrential rain soaks your bones, triggering a massive growth spurt. You level up to 5 feet long, packed with raw power. But a new crisis drops. 6 spotted hyenas flank you, cutting off your escape. Outnumbered, you dive into a narrow dirt burrow. The tunnel blocks their assault. Breathing heavily, you notice a tiny rustle. A newborn honey badger, the size of your palm, shivers in the corner. You just crashed a nursery. Moments later, the mother badger returns. Seeing the hyenas, she doesn't hesitate. She drops her prey, her fur spikes up, and she charges solo into the pack of 6. Hunkered in the dark, you watch this David and Goliath bloodbath. The mama badger tears into the alpha's snout, but the weight class difference is too massive. Fear floods your brain. You want to help, but in this tight tunnel, you can't even get leverage. Charging out means death for both of you. You watch helplessly as she collapses. The hyenas drag her away, but keep camping the entrance. The tiny cub, completely oblivious, nuzzles your claws. It treats you as its lifeline. You sneak the cub to a safer rock cave. You share your kills, tearing off soft scraps for him. While you lick your scars, he sleeps between your toes, rubbing his tiny head against your scales. For the first time, you feel the warmth of companionship. you promise to protect this one piece of softness. But this piece lasts exactly 3 days. You return from hunting, pumped to share a hare, only to find the cub's cold body in the grass. A puff adder, one drop of its venom is lethal. That cold body shatters your hope. You turn your back on the cave, and every drop of grief hardens into pure, unapologetic hatred. You put that blood debt squarely on the spotted hyenas. You heal. Scuffed scales are replaced by heavy armor plating. You hit 13 feet long. Every footstep vibrates the ground. One day, you dip your head to drink. Boom. A 3-foot Nile crocodile clamps onto your front limb, trying to drag you into a watery grave. Survival overrides everything. You plant your massive hind legs and pull with every ounce of horsepower. The croc's stamina is a joke on land. You physically drag it out of the river. As it tries to escape, you bite down on its armored back. A deafening crunch. The impenetrable armor shatters like a stale potato chip. You stare at your blood-stained jaws, baffled. What predator can bite clean through a crocodile's shell? By the time you hit 23 feet, the 8 lionesses finally make their move. They play hit and run, slashing your back to bleed out your stamina. On the 5th wave, the alpha lioness leaps for the back of your neck. The millisecond her fangs touch your scales, you snap your neck sideways and catch her mid-air. You don't thrash. You just slowly clench your jaws. Her spine snaps, and she drops to the dirt. Dead silence. Feral aggression melts into pure terror as the remaining lions scatter forever. As the scent of blood fills your nostrils, a name violently crashes into your consciousness. Tyrannosaurus rex, a 12,000-pound bite force. The most heavily armed terrestrial predator in history. You were never meant to be prey. As of today, you write the rules of this savanna. The chains are off. You max out your stats. 40 feet long, 9 tons. Your towering skull shadows every living creature. You claim the central watering hole. A 3-ton bull hippo charges. You casually sidestep, drop your head, and bite into his ribcage. Bulletproof hippo skin folds like wet paper. One violent shake, and the giant collapses. Game over. A croc tries to sneak attack your leg. You step back, pin it to the riverbed, and bite its skull. The river turns red. The hierarchy is permanently rewritten. Hyenas relocate. Lions abandon the region. Elephant herds silently reroute just to avoid you. But you hunt with bizarre rationality, taking only what you need. You understand how to balance the ecosystem better than anyone. You are the undisputed king of this continent. But in the end, you're a monster trapped in the wrong era. You hold the power to crush everything, but have no one to share it with. You are surrounded by a suffocating, cross-epoch loneliness. As the hot wind brushes your heavy scales, your mind always drifts back to that dark cave, to that tiny, warm body curled up between your claws. Those 3 short days of gentleness became the only thing keeping you sane in a lifetime of brutality. Day after day, you conquer. But heavy is the head that wears the crown. For the time-lost tyrant, being the king of the world just means being the loneliest creature on Earth.